Was there work today?
Not really. No, I mean, been maybe looking for another job soon. Not really enjoying what I'm doing currently.
So it's like it's finally coming home, right?
maybe.
Yeah, England. I really hope England wins this time. Just for Harry Kane, the guy just doesn't win. Like he has not won like any sort of trophies, right?
Who's that? Oh, Harry
Harry
Kane.
Kane. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be crazy if
He's,
his first trophy is with the national team.
I just want him to like for him. I want England to win.
Yeah.
So how did your team do today? Like this week, this match day.
I thought it was doing well. I mean, on the first after the first two games, I went up in rank loads, and then after the last game, even though I scored points, my rank went down quite a bit. So I scored 44 points, but I thought that would be okay considering how few players will be playing. But apparently, the average was still quite high. So
Yeah.
it wasn't really a good week for me, to be honest. But I've got a much better starting team, I think, for this game week. Although I've got looks like 3 injuries: Sarabia, Laporte, and Spinazzola.
I got two of them, Sarabia and Spinazzola. So
Yeah,
they two got injured, and yeah, I should have picked like Luke Shaw instead of John Stones. I picked John Stones, right? Luke Shaw ended up giving 2 assists, so
yeah,
that was a bummer.
yeah. I think with the centre backs, John Stones and Maguire, I think since Maguire's come back, he's been more the focal point of set pieces, whereas like John Stones before Maguire came back was. So I kind of didn't really see that coming. But they can still pop up with a goal. I've still got both of them on my team. But Luke Shaw's been better just because he puts in so many crosses. So he's been a good little asset. But yeah.
Yeah, man. So like, who you got this semi-final? Of course, I know one is England, right? Out of England and Denmark.
Well, you know
The other
what?
one,
Like, I'm the one game I'm unsure of is England Denmark. Like, I genuinely don't know which way this will go, because
yeah.
actually in the Nations League, Denmark beat England. They're a good side, Denmark. They're a really good side. So I genuinely don't know which way this is going to go. I think I really want England to beat them, but I have a feeling they may. It was going to be very close, or they could lose. So I'm going a bit more 50-50 on England-Denmark, but with Italy-Spain, I'm going for Italy.
Okay, you got yeah. Italy looks like much better side than Spain, right? Like right now,
Yeah,
they're in like
Spain
top
have just kind of
half.
crawled their way through like by the skin of their teeth somehow. I don't know how they've done it, but I don't think they'll get through this time. I don't think so.
Yeah. The Switzerland game. They just escaped through it.
Yeah,
Nearly, like barely, they escaped through it.
exactly. Yeah.
Man, I think Switzerland just like sometimes I feel like that game. I felt like Switzerland was just hoping for a penalty shootout.
yeah. And did you watch that penalty shootout? It was absolutely dreadful.
Yeah.
It was dreadful.
It
There
was
was so
like,
many bad misses.
man. So like coming back to fantasy, right? Uh,
Yeah.
like what's your plan this time? Can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
Like how do you post in that Reddit? How do you post like the RMT thread? Because I try to work it out. It keeps on going to the other threads.
How do you post in the RMT thread?
Yeah. Shall I
Have you
share
made?
my screen?
Yeah. Share the screen.
Just wait a second. I'll just. Share screen, share screen. Okay, share screen. It's happening. Entire screen. Okay. Okay, this. Are you seeing it?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. So like, okay, you go to fantasy, right? I forgot this one's fantasy or Euro. So you go to this one.
Mm.
Okay, this is the RMD thread.
Hmm.
You post, so you post in here. Like
Yeah.
how do you do it?
Okay.
Suppose you
So
have, if I,
there
yeah.
should be a comment.
Sorry, your audio is not clear.
Okay. Go to um
Okay.
go to Reddit.
Hmm.
Go back one.
Sorry.
Go back to the previous page.
Okay.
Then scroll down.
Hmm.
Keep scrolling. Uh, is that a comment box there? There you
Yeah.
go. Then
Okay.
post
So
whatever
this
it
is
is in
where we
there, and
comment.
yeah, that's where you comment.
Sorry. Oh,
That's where you
but
comment.
like yeah, yeah, when I commented, they almost like escorted me. Like they said, post it in the RMT thread. You know that that's why I didn't. I stopped posting here.
Yeah,
So
because I think when you went on the previous page you were on, you weren't on the RMT thread. You were posting a new post, so
huh.
you have to post it inside the thread. So now, if you make a comment in there, it will post inside that thread. Whereas the page you're on previously, it'll post a whole new. Rather than posting a comment, it'll post a whole new thread. It'll create a whole new thread. So yeah, you
Oh,
have to comment on it, not create a new thread.
okay, okay. So I have to like just comment in here. That's it.
Yeah, just comment. Don't create any new threads or anything like that.
Oh, oh. So what are these then? What are these like? This one
Oh, I can't really see that. 1 second. Uh, to view real-time
FPL bot.
comments, click here to compare players. Check out the incredible. Okay. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't really use that.
Oh, okay. Hey, have you ever done any of this? This one?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've put out quite a while back. I used to post once or twice in
Hmm.
it, just for like mainly for comparing players rather than like my whole
Oh,
team.
yeah, yeah.
But I have done. I did a few videos on just like post like scrolling through the RMT thread and like helping people out there. Um,
Oh,
so yeah, I'm fairly familiar with it.
okay, okay. Okay, so coming back to fantasy, right?
Hmm.
So this, I think your team is like pretty similar to this one, right?
Yeah,
Was
pretty
there?
much. I think
Yeah.
I don't have I don't have Sterling. I've got Kane instead,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
I've
got
got
Kane
Immobile
and
as well.
Immobile, Stones. Berardi, have you got Berardi?
Yeah, I've got Brady.
Okay. So like, how do you come? How do you like advise if you were to advise to go like in the semifinals? What are your advices?
Well, from looking at your team, I'd say the
Hmm.
priorities you want to get in are captaincy options. So, like, you need a good captaincy option for both game weeks. So, like, the first thing I would look at is who would you most likely captain for the first match day, and who are
Hmm.
you most likely to captain for the second match day. So, like, out of Italy versus Spain, who are you going to captain?
It would be Immobile or Insigne. I would put Insigne or Immobile, right?
Okay, and then for the second match day, if neither of them score points, who would be your next captain?
Hmm. So, Second, it would probably be Sterling, or I would keep Harry Kane.
Okay. So it sounds like you're gonna bring in Insigne and Harry Kane. Hello. So it
Sorry?
sounds like you'll bring. It
Hello?
sounds like you're bringing Insigne and Harry Kane.
Yeah, yeah. This
Okay.
those
Yeah.
two
I
are
think.
like almost.
Yeah. I think they're good options.
Yeah,
Like
my
I've got.
plan would be like, yeah, to remove this guy, remove Sarabia probably. What's that? Fullback. And then do something like, if I Kane is one of them. How much players? So like this per nation per team. How much players? 5 players, right?
Yeah. I think you get 5 transfers. Oh, for per team. Yeah. I think it's 4 or 5. Yeah.
Per team, yeah. So
Yeah. 4 or 5.
like this two is fixed Insigne. The other would be like Chiesa. Chiesa he also has to play. I think Insigne is one of them. So any good like have so what would you like advise more? Sarabia should be out, right? So because he's injured,
Well,
the
before
other
you
guy
take.
is out, so he's not playing.
Well, hang on, I wouldn't take Sarabia out just yet because you have 5 transfers. There's probably bigger priorities. So, like,
Yeah, yeah.
um, you want to take out the players who are absolutely certain they're not going to start. So, like, start with the ones who are just not even in the tournament. So, like, obviously Pavard and
Okay.
Depay, and then you've got Stekelenburg and
Mm,
Spinazzola. So that pretty much takes you for
yeah.
5 transfers anyway. Um,
Mm. So like I've already done like two of them. I've done so three of them, right? So I'm gonna keep
yeah,
one goal key at least, or I don't know what I'm gonna do. So who? What are your options in the defenses
yeah. Defense is
and the
tricky
attack?
because like there's not a massive point ceiling for defense. I don't think, but it's really tricky to get them right. So I would go for definitely go for England. Go for a second England player. Maybe like Maguire or Shaw.
Yeah, yeah. I'll go for Luke Shaw then,
Okay.
or I don't know, Luke Shaw. Which would you recommend, Luke Shaw or Maguire? Or both of them are good options.
Yeah, I think they're both good because I personally for Denmark maybe I'd go for Shaw over Maguire, but I've got Maguire in my team,
I
so
don't know.
um, yeah, either's fine, either's good.
Yeah, I think Luke Shaw is good enough. It's gotta be it's gotta be in the team. Is the last time I didn't keep him, I just went out of the window. My just the whole ranking dropped. So three of them, right? So Pavard, Depay, and I don't know what to do with them.
Oh, hang on a second.
Italy.
Remember that you want to balance your team so that you can actually make use of your substitutes. So like just count how many players you've got from the first match day, count how many players you've got from the second match day, and make sure that you can make use of your substitutes.
Yeah, yeah. So like these are the second match day ones, right?
Yeah,
Four, four of them. This is the first match. One, two, three. One, two, three, four, five, six. Six of them in the match day two, and four of them in the match day one. So I gotta keep like at
no,
least one Italian defender because
you
they're
got
pretty
five.
strong, right?
You got 5 because you got Kane, Sterling, Shaw, Stones, and Melee.
And Dam's got two.
Oh yeah, that's 6. Yeah, so you got 6 for
Yeah,
match day 2, and you've
yeah,
got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. So you probably want another want more from match day 1 because you can make more substitutes. The
Yeah.
maximum amount of substitutes you can make is you'll be able to make use of your substitutes that way.
From match day 2, right? Match day 1.
Yeah, I'd get maybe one more player for match day 1. Um,
So Italy defender. I want an Italian defender with who's there? I want an Italian defender, but I don't know. Bonucci. I like Bonucci, but I don't know if he's good for fantasy too. Ah, it doesn't look good. Fantasy.
hmm.
Shilani is Lorenzo. Oh,
Emerson could be a good gamble because Spinazzola's injured. It is a bit of a gamble though because he might not be certain to start. But Emerson could be a good gamble.
okay. Emerson. Yeah, Emerson. Lorenz. Shilani Toloi. Lorenzo Pelotti. Piston doesn't play. I need one striker now. Who do I get a striker? Morata, maybe? I don't know. Because I got to keep this one, right? So then,
Yeah, I wouldn't focus as much on striker because, well, actually saying that, I don't know because whichever way, when you get through to the final, there's only going to be 2 strikers playing.
yes, yes.
The only good thing about having a third striker is that it's like almost like a lower risk because if Harry Kane or Mobile gets knocked out, you want to depend
Yeah.
on that third
The third
striker.
option.
Yeah, I think Dolberg could be a good option. Dolberg or
Morata?
maybe or Morata. Yeah,
Morata is a good option or Moreno? Wait a second. Okay, I'm going for Moreno then. Like currently, not this not final, but currently, like right. So I leave this to here. It looks good enough. This one.
yeah.
I I don't know. I would want like Chiesa somewhere, but just cannot seem to fit him right currently. So what's this one? This one looks pretty good.
You could always do a cheap one to forget about the third striker and transfer Sarabia to Chiesa.
That's what I was thinking. Like
But keep in mind, like Chiesa will be
yeah,
competing with Berardi, so one of them's not going to start.
this one's pretty tough one. All right. So no, actually I it's tough. No. I think it's okay. It's the earlier one was okay.
Okay.
Like I could go for Moreno or Morata. But this one looks pretty good. Like and currently.
Yeah, I have Moreno as well, but just keep in mind that he didn't start for the past 2 games. He came on as a substitute.
Yeah. Just the types of misses that Morata is making now.
Yeah,
I think like he may get a nod, but the Spain manager is like is one hell of a guy, man. He believes in him so much.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it did pay off. He did get a goal or 2 or so. He did eventually get there, but yeah. I mean, I think Ferran Torres could be a good option, but personally, I wouldn't bet against Italy. I would only use Spain as like a backup option because I wouldn't want to bet against Italy.
Yeah,
But
yeah, same
my
here, man.
captain for my first game is going to be Immobile. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Spain play quite a high line. There'll be plenty of space in behind, so I would pick like Insigne or Immobile for captain.
Yeah, yeah. And the second one, of course, Harry Kane or Sterling or
Yeah,
something. How good is Mele is playing this Euro Cup, right?
he's been amazing.
Immense.
Like he's
Yeah.
definitely the bargain of the tournament for fantasy football. Like
Yeah.
4.5 to be getting as many points as he
That's
does. It's really good.
that's so awesome. Like, do you remember like the one time? What are you playing the time when like lunchtime was like playing the same way in FPL?
Lundstrom. Yeah, I remember Lundstrom.
Lunchtime, yeah. He
I
was the hero. Like Dallas was the hero this time, the last season,
yeah.
right?
There's always players like that. I mean, I remember. Do you remember Wan-Bissaka as well when he was playing for
Yeah,
Crystal
yeah,
Palace? He was an absolute gem as well. Like, there's just so many. There's always one that pops up every season. Usually, um, I was a bit annoyed with Dallas because I put him in my team in the very first few game weeks, and he got me nothing. And then as the season went on, I transferred him out, and of course he scores loads of points. So I
that
predicted him.
always happens with me. The moment
Yeah,
I take it off, they start scoring.
yeah, it's a weird one. At the start of the season, there's so many more kind of like anomalies at the start of the season, and then as the season goes on, it becomes a bit more like normal.
Yeah. So like, man, just the Stuart Dallas was like beast in the last FPL, man. He was just amazing.
Yeah,
He even like overtook like Bamford, right?
yeah, Bamford
In
did really
terms of
well as well.
points.
That shows you how much of a difference the manager can make because Bamford at Middlesbrough was just like non-existent, and same with Chelsea. But like
Yeah,
with Leeds, having a manager like Bielsa, like he's clearly just transformed him completely. So
yeah.
it shows how much of a difference the
Man.
team you're playing can make in the manager.
They,
I really
they,
like the look
I
of
still
their. Sorry, go on.
I still remember like the 10 man leads that defeated Man City. Yeah. So the
Was
last
that
last
game?
season,
10-man leads.
Man
Yeah, it
City
might.
in Premier League game. And they were 1 man down. They were still attacking, man. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, they're a good side. Like they're an interesting side. They're basically like the Wolves of previous seasons. I think they're basically like that. The team that gets promoted and they completely shock everyone in terms of how well they do. Um,
Yeah. Solchik is always under the radar in FPL for me. He's always
yeah,
he's very good. He's very good. The last time the in this like quarterfinal also he played like with he was injured and he still played with a headband on and that was something like there's something some images to remember from the Euro Cup. Yeah, immense man. Soucek and the other guy I don't know. Uh, who was the other guy? Soucek and just forgot the guy's name, man. They were like, oh look at him. Have you seen his price? Look at him. This year's FPL. It's
yeah,
5.5. It's
5.5. Yeah,
dropped, and I'm shocked. It's not like he wasn't performing the last time around.
yeah. He's a bit of a weird one because like he's a good player. Like he's on set pieces as well. But Everton is such a difficult team to predict. Like they're just such an up and down team. Everton. I always get their players every season, and they always underperform.
Yeah,
So
he's one of my favorite FPL picks, and it's dropped, and it's like it's even more favorite for me right now.
yeah, I do like the
It's
look
got
of
to be there.
Chelsea fullbacks like Chilwell and James. I think they could be really good. Um,
Rudiger.
they, I think Chilwell could be a really good pick, and so could James. I think they're going to be similar to like Liverpool, where
Hmm.
like Alexander Arnold and Robertson. That's more or less what those two are going to be like. The only downside with those two is the rotation. Like they may get rotated, which is a bit annoying, but yeah, I mean, fantasy football is going to be starting in August, so we've still got a little while before that, but it's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. So like that's it for today. Like we got some very good tips. So look, any more like final tips for the semi-final fantasy?
Just
Like
try and get your
good
captain
players to
right.
pick.
Just try and
Hmm.
get your captain right. Like, if you get your captain right, it makes a big difference. And I'd say, um, yeah, I guess I'd analyze the game style. So like, figure out Spain are going to play a high line. So at the most likely times that Italy are going to score a goal is probably on like a counter attack. So like, figure out which players are going to be involved in that counter attack and go with them. You've pretty much already got those players. If Spain do score, just think about the players who are most likely to get in the box, like Ferran Torres or Morata or um, even maybe Olmo. Like, those are the ones you want to target. And then for defenders, it's like you pretty much just want to target defenders who are going to be on set pieces, because that's how Harry Maguire got his goal. It was through a set piece. So I'd even say like Benucci, he is sometimes the target of set pieces. So I've put him on my team. And then for England versus Denmark, just target the players who again are going to be on set pieces, so like Maguire and Stones, and then target the players who you think are going to be getting in the box. So obviously like Kane, and yeah, it's difficult. I don't really know how Denmark play, and I don't know how England are going to line up. So it's a very tricky one that. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
actually, I forgot something. For the Spain versus Italy match, don't forget that you'll be able to see the lineup beforehand. So don't make your transfers just yet, because one of Chiesa or Berardi will start. Just go with whichever one. If for example, Berardi's starting, there's no need to get Chiesa in. So
yeah,
just keep an eye on that one. Don't be like save one or two transfers for that.
yeah.
Um,
Okay,
that's pretty much it. That's all I can think of, really.
okay, yeah. So like, thanks for coming again, man. So like this one for this one. So one background. Go England. It's coming home
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah. Well, actually, just quickly, what's your predictions for Spain versus Italy and England versus Denmark?
Spain versus Italy. I think it's 2-1. Italy 2, Spain 1,
Okay.
and England and Denmark. I think it's gonna go for this one's tough one. Let's go for like penalty shootout.
I was going to say that. I
And
was going to say penalties as well.
yeah, yeah, and England wins maybe. But I don't know. I really want Denmark to win as well because of the whole Christian Eriksen thing also. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah. 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 Cool.
So
So you
like
got
yeah,
Italy to win and England
mm,
to win on penalties.
yes, yes,
Cool. I think that's the most likely outcome as well. Although I wouldn't. Yeah, Denmark and England's a difficult one to predict. I think Denmark could shock a few people, maybe.
the only reason like I want England to win is because of Harry Kane. The guy is so good. I just feel bad for this guy, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay, man. Let's enjoy the game, like the semifinals, and hope you'll get good points this time. Also. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
all the best. Enjoy the game,
All
man.
right. Yeah. You too. Take care.
Okay,
Bye.
take it. Bye.